Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This week I spent $48.96. I was able to take advantage of some manufacturer's coupons, and that really helped, of course, stretch my dollar. And I also shopped the sale flyers. I really believe that you don't need to be extreme to be frugal. You just need to consistently look for the best prices and consistently buy items on sale to build your pantry instead of going to the store and buying items at full price. 10 pounds of beets for $2 or 10 pounds of squash for $4. There's still beets left at Kenny's farm stand, and they are selling them 10 pounds for $2. You literally just take a bag and fill it up until it's full. $2. I have this coupon that's going to expire in a couple days. Buy 2 Schneiders and get 1 free. And I just happened to walk by and see that they have some $2 off coupons in the bin. They're regular $5.99. This would bring it down to $3.99, so $8, and I would get 1 free. So let's try for that. I've got some Dairy Farmers of Canada coupons. Cheese happens to be on sale, Compliments cheese at Sobeys for $4.44. They do have that little logo on them, and I'm going to do some coupon matchups. I think I'm going to get 3 bricks of cheese. Today it's 10 pounds of carrots for $1 and still 10 pounds of squash for $4. Same as with the beets, it's just a big bin of carrots and you just fill your bag. Here I was looking for potatoes and I come across a deal for potatoes. That makes me happy. This week I've spent $47.96. I shopped at Superstore, Sobeys, Foodland, Giant Tiger, and Kenny's farm stand. So first off, let's talk about the farm stand. Daily, they have been having specials. I'm not usually able to participate or get in on them because I'm not always in town. But I have been in town multiple days this week. I've been participating in some education at work. So every day I made sure that I checked to see what they had on sale that day. I was able to get 10 pounds of squash for $4, 2 pounds of beets, 10 pounds of beets for $2, and 10 pounds of carrots for $1, if you can believe that. I know that we have already processed beets. The handsome one and I decided to buy another 10 pounds. We're going to see how this goes. I wouldn't mind processing some more. He's the only one that eats them in our house. However, my entire family really likes them. So bringing them, if we go to a family meal, like that would be something nice that we could do. So we're going to check out what I have for jars. I really downsized a lot when we moved to the tiny home. So I really don't know what I have. I do have jars left empty inside in the preserve cupboard, but I'm saving those for salsa. I have a special plan, so I need to see what else I have. Anyways, we are growing squash, but our squash is not ready yet. So this is squash that we could eat now. And for $4, I think that was a phenomenal price. Worked out to like $1.33 a squash. And of course, how can you go wrong with carrots? Carrots are such a versatile root vegetable and something that I think lasts a really, really, really long time if stored in a cool space. So $4, $5, $6, $7 of my budget at Kenny's farm stand. 97 cents for mushrooms at Giant Tiger. I then shopped at Foodland, and because of the beets, I know that I do have some apple cider vinegar left, but I didn't know how much. What I did know is that it wouldn't be enough to process those 10 pounds of beets. So I decided to take a look, and the potatoes were on sale for $4.99. The 4 liters of apple cider vinegar was on for $6.29, and my grand total came to $11.28. But you can see here that I redeemed $10 worth of Scene points, which brought my total down to $1.28. That makes me very happy when I spend my points on things like supplies for preserves. Obviously, I'm not going to need this much cider this year, but then next year, when preserving time comes around, I'll just go to the cupboard and I'll have lots of supplies left. I did go back to Sobeys before the deal ended on the barbecue sauce. I got 3 more bottles at $2 each. So we got a sweet and sticky, a steakhouse style, and grilled onion and garlic showdown. So those will just go straight into the pantry. Then I did a shop and I used a lot of coupons. I purchased cheese because it was already on sale. You'll see here. Of course, oh no, I thought I had 2 lactose-free. Jeez, I wonder if they would allow me to exchange that. Probably not. It's the dairy. Nuts. That is bad on me. So I have 1 lactose-free, 1 regular, that is marble cheddar, and then a Gouda. And I used a $1 coupon on each of the cheese. I also had a coupon for Schneider's smoked sausages that if I bought 2 packages that I could get a package free. And when I walked by, they happened to be in the bin with some Schneider sticker, $2 off stickers on them. So I grabbed the 3 packages, cost me, they were $5.99 each. So with the $2 off sticker, they were $3.99 each. And then of course the third one was free. My receipt is here, so you can see the cost of the cheese, the cost of the sausages, and then all of the coupons here at the bottom. The $5.99 was the free package of sausages. So the grand total was $18.85 for Sobeys. I then shopped at Superstore. We don't often buy drinks, but this is a really substantial size bottle. 1.89 liters, and they had lemonade on for 97 cents, plus, of course, the deposit. So I went in expecting that there probably wouldn't be much left, and there wasn't. However, I did find a bin of them up front by the front door, and so there was pomegranate lemonade, peach lemonade, original lemonade, and there was another kind, there was mango lemonade, and then one called honey, another word, cannot remember, lemonade. So anyways, I got these. The handsome one loves drinks. So these cost they were 99 cents each, not 97, 99 cents each, and then the deposit. Also in the flyer this week, and those were just in the flyer. This was not a special offer, nothing exclusive. This was for everybody. Anybody can go in and get this price. And same with the vegetables. They had their no-name vegetables, the 750 gram packages, on for $1.99. So I grabbed 4, and really, I need to take a close look at the freezer. I should be grabbing more. I chose peas, green beans, peas and carrot mix, and broccoli and cauliflower mix. And why I say that I should be definitely getting more. Yes, we eat these, but we put frozen vegetables when we make the food for the dogs. There is always vegetables in it. And they particularly like green beans, and they particularly like peas and carrots. Grand total here, $13.86, because of course there was tax on the deposits. And I got 800 points back for the frozen vegetables. So that's good. I just feel like this was a really, really phenomenal week for the amount of money that I spent. I'm actually at work for much, much longer today than what I was the other day. So we are having lunch in today, and I am having a salad. It's a really beautiful day today. Really nice weather outside. Perfect day for a barbecue. So we are going to have burgers. I am having a Gouda burger, and underneath there was 1 jalapeno burger left in the freezer, and the handsome one is going to have that. We have burgers and leftover broccoli cauliflower salad, leftover deviled eggs. My burger has on it ketchup, mustard, relish, and onions. The handsome one has mustard, relish, and onions. He is not a ketchup fan. Looking good. We decided we are going to make a ham dinner tonight for supper. This is totally frozen. This is for the moment, so I'm putting it in frozen, and we'll have it in all day and on high, and hopefully this will be ready at supper time tonight. This was a mostly empty, so we've got a new one opened, a bottle of mustard that I added water to, shook it up, very, very liquidy inside, and I was saving it for just this exact moment. Now the bottle is done and I can wash it and get rid of it, and I'll add a few other ingredients into here. I'm going to throw in some brown sugar. Yeah, it's going to be great. I have some hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to make egg salad. I'm going to add in chives from the garden, and I'm going to toast this English muffin and have open egg salad sandwiches on the English muffin. I added dill and chives from the garden. So open-faced egg salad sandwiches with dill. I've cut one of the squash in half. I cut off the bottom and the stem from the top so that these would sit flat in this container. I'm going to scoop out the seeds. I'm going to add butter and brown sugar, and we're going to put these into bake on low. So butter, brown sugar. I've also saved out the seeds so we can wash those, dry them, and bake them later for a little snack. And we're going to get this in the oven on low. We're also having stovetop stuffing and peas to go with the ham dinner. The handsome one prepared the carrots and cooked them. Potatoes, cooked and mashed them. All right, this is some of the drippings that came from the ham. I am going to make a gravy to go with the ham dinner. This needs to come back to a boil. I actually threw some sage and some, well, it's like a sage and apple. You can see there they were dehydrated pieces of apple, just to flavor the gravy a bit. And yes, that's Graybeard. No, nothing is wrong. He has treed a squirrel outside. And that is what he sounds like when he feels we need to get the squirrel down for him. The ham looks amazing, smells so good. Can't wait for everything else to be ready. All right, we have carrots, mashed potatoes, gravy, squash, and this turned out super awesome. We just cooked it low all afternoon. When it was done, we pulled it back out and then mashed the squash right in right in its skin, and added more butter and more brown sugar, ham, peas, and stuffing. This looks so good. I'm very excited. Squash, dressing, peas, potatoes, ham, and carrots. I should have made cranberry sauce to go with this, but I didn't think of it until too late. I pulled this out of the freezer. We are going to cook this. It has been in there for quite some time. I got it, I don't even know, I think I was on a challenge and it was incredibly discounted in the store that I was at. Bought it, brought it home, popped it in the freezer, never ever ate it. So we are going to get this out of the freezer today, and I am also going to make a little brunch casserole. The recipe that I am using for this calls for a dozen eggs and an entire bag of hash browns, so diced hash browns. So obviously, I don't need that much for 2 people. So I'm drastically reducing the recipe. I'm actually cutting it by 6. So instead of a dozen eggs, we're going to use 2. And instead of a package of hash browns, I'm going to use 1/6 of this package. And how do I know? I've already asked Alexa, what is 1,000 kilograms divided by 6? And it is 156.666 grams. So I'm just going to weigh it out. There we go. I'm going to use this baking dish. Whoops, lost one. 1/6 of a cup is actually just over 2 tablespoons of milk. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons and a little dab. I am going to add in I hope that fork doesn't fall out. 1 tablespoon of guacamole spice. Dip mix. You know what? I think I might add in another half of a teaspoon. Awesome. And now I just need to add the cheese. This is a very small piece of cheese that I am going to grate into this. And let's get this stirred in. The hash browns are sticking together because they're frozen, and now with the liquid. Then let's just get this in the oven now. Here we go. Let's get this. I'll separate them all. Get this chicken bacon cooked up, nice and crispy. Just a cooking away. I probably should have done a half pack at a time, but oh well. Well, the house is filled with smoke. However, these turned out really, really awesome. It's very, very lean. I'm actually very excited to try this. This is after 30 minutes. You can see it's not ready yet, so back in it goes. This looks pretty tasty. I like how it crisped up there. Looking good. This was in for just over 50 minutes. This was really easy, and when you think of the ingredients needed to go into the egg bake, really, really inexpensive as well. This was just 2 eggs and the hash browns, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of milk. Super easy. I like easy and frugal. Leftover ham dinner for supper tonight. This was so good last night. So, so, so good. Here it is, heated, plus gravy. So, so, so good. For a quick lunch today, I am going to make this Marvel, Spidey, and Amazing Friends Annie's pasta. And I'm just going to throw into it a little bit of diced ham. And I don't know if I'll throw any other veggies in it or not, but just to use up some of the things we have. We don't want to have ham dinner again tonight for supper. There is ham left. So we might go back to ham dinner again tomorrow, but for today, we'll just have some pasta. And we'll call it a deluxe pasta. A deluxe Annie's, Marvel, Spidey, and Amazing Friends. I threw in a handful of spinach, because why not? Simple lunch. Tonight for supper, we are going to have chicken burgers. So lean chicken burgers and onion rings. Yum! These look delicious. I am going to make the burgers, and I have some of the chicken bacon left. We have tomato from the garden. I think there's lettuce in there, and if not lettuce, there's spinach, so we can do BLTs. All right, so we've got the bacon, the tomato, and we've got lettuce for both. And the handsome one says he wants mayo on his. I don't want anything like that on mine. Onion rings, chicken burger. This looks amazing. Chicken burger. So good. This is amazingly delicious. So good. Little nibbly plate, pickles, cheese, pepperoni, and crackers. I'm going to turn some leftovers into ham soup. I'm not using all of the ham. I am going to use part of it. I will put in all of the squash, all of the leftover mashed potatoes. This is, I saved all of the dripping, so this is broth. I'm going to add water to this. We will add in whatever I have. I've got green beans, I've got peas, I've got carrots, I've got dried celery flakes from our own garden. I'll probably add in a few more potatoes. We'll just add a bunch of stuff in. Let's get started. These are not from the carrots that I got this week. This is the last of the bag of carrots that I got. Remember back when I got the beans and we got corn and it was for hodgepodge? Well, the corn wasn't for hodgepodge. This is just what's left of that quantity of carrots before I start working on the carrots that I just got. These are older, so they've got to go first. Let's add in a handful of barley. This is the celery that we grew in our garden and dehydrated. We'll add some of that in there as well. This is cooking away. So we've added in the carrots. I added in diced potatoes, onions, peas. I did throw in a couple split peas, barley, the dehydrated celery, garlic. I threw in some spices, and I think I said green beans, but in case I didn't say green beans as well. This is super delicious. I've also decided to make bread to go with it, but that will have to be for the next meal. It's not ready yet. This was almost a disaster. So I put all the ingredients in, started it, and realized that nothing really looked like it was moving. So when we put the paddle back in here, we never put the paddle back on. We just placed the paddle in the bottom of the basket. And so I had to dig around for the paddle with a knife. And then I had to scrape all of the, I guess, ingredients out of the paddle hole. Then I had to remove everything from around the post at the bottom and find the little flat spot, because if you have a bread maker, you know that there is part of the paddle that slides directly onto a flat spot and the rest is circular. Yeah, so I thought this is going to be a disaster, but when I put it back in, it just started working great. This looks good. Crisis averted. The bread turned out great. It is quite hot. I just took it out of the bread maker, and the paddle is 100% stuck in the pan. I am going to make poutine for supper tonight. So the poutine are going to have home fries, but I'm going to top it with ham because we still have ham left, gravy, and peas, frozen peas, and it will also have grated cheese because we don't have any cheese curds right now. Potatoes are cut. I've already put some oil, vegetable oil. Whoops. We're just tossing these and we're going to get them in the air fryer. First, we start with the fries. And we are going to add cheese. Lots of cheese. And I graded two different kinds. I graded mozzarella and marble. So these are going to be super delicious. All right, so we've got the ham on now, looking good. And let's get lots of gravy to melt that cheese. I added lots of spices into the gravy. Sage and summer savory. So these look super awesome. Maybe a little bit more here. And let's top this with the peas. These look amazing. Yummy. Lunch today is ham soup and toast made from homemade bread. We've started to do more harvesting. We have green peppers here. These are Califuego jalapenos. These are Gigante 2 jalapenos. These ones are jalapeno M's. We have deformed cucumbers, but still cucumbers. We are starting to harvest our tomatoes, and you can see here that we've got a couple of the Romas that we have picked, starting to get lots of cherries as well. There's lots of this kind. These are the ones that we had on the deck that we have just been eating. And we have a eggplant. So I think this looks pretty awesome. We've thawed some steaks out of the freezer that we are going to have on the barbecue tonight, and we are going to cook some of our little harvested red potatoes. The handsome one is going to slice these in half, and we are going to roast these on the barbecue as well. And I think we might do onions and peppers together as well. How delicious do these look? Yum. Very exciting. The little onions are from our garden. Potatoes were from our garden. Tomatoes are from our garden. Homemade ham soup. Homemade toasted bread for lunch today. Yummy. The handsome one came home from town today with a dozen corn for $1. They were selling it at that price at Kenny's farm stand. I'm very excited, so add $1 to our budget this week. We're going to have our first feed of corn for supper tonight. Let's get it cooking. Peaches and cream. Very, very exciting. I'm super excited. Woo! We're going to try and make ooey gooey queso. I really believe that you do not have to be extreme to be frugal. I think the thing that saves me the most money is just simple shopping tips. I buy items on sale. I put them in my pantry. I put them in my freezer. And if they're club packs, I subdivide them and put them in my freezer. And that means at any given time, whenever I want something, I don't need to go to the store and get it. I just get it out of my freezer. Currently, if I decided right now that I want to cook some chicken, I could go to my freezer and I could get out whole chickens, chicken drumsticks, chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, chicken strips. And I guarantee you that every single one of those items that would be coming out of my freezer went in there because I bought it on sale. It's just thoughtful, consistent shopping. Buy on sale, make meals from the food that you already have in your freezer and your pantry. Thanks for tuning in this week. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would do so. It would help me. And I hope you all have a really fantastic weekend.